Hello, students. We are going to talk about correcting our hypothesis with an alternative hypothesis, but I want to bring you back into the picture a little bit. Remember, we calculated the initial velocity first. We calculated we got ourselves some data, okay? We used video physics, and then we predicted the range. After we did that, we verified our prediction, all right? And so we put that data in, and then we interpolated that data. And so after we interpolated the data, we extrapolated the data, and we came up with a nice little equation here, okay? And that equation was very effective between 0 and 20 degrees. Now, we actually checked to see if this equation of this line was going to work for 30 and 45 degrees. And we found under real experimentation that it did not work very well. And so our hypothesis on whether this particular equation would work or not failed. So we're in the process of developing an alternative one. And so the first thing that we're going to do is let's just go back to our extrapolation page, double tap on that. You don't want to rename it, but tap. Well, just tap one time. I'm double tapping, but tap once. And then duplicate the entire sheet. All right, so some weird stuff happening right here, but that's okay. Just go ahead and duplicate the entire sheet. And let's rename extrapolation to alternative, and that'll be good enough. And we notice this is going to be for the alternative hypothesis. So ultimately what we want to do is we want to extend our ability or our interpolations. So instead of just stopping at 20 degrees, we go off and we measure what's happening at 30 degrees and then what's happening at 45 degrees. I have those measurements right here. And so we're going to use these measurements. We already have 8 or 0.0805 meters, and then at 0 degrees, and then at 20 degrees we have 0.1290 meters, and then at 30 degrees we're going to use this value, 0.1515 meters at 30 degrees, and then 0.1890 meters at 45 degrees. I think it's kind of important at this point to point out why we stop at the 4th decimal place and why I actually would have a 0 there. It speaks to our effectiveness when it comes to measurement. We're using a meter stick, and on that meter stick, the best measurement that we can make is halfway between halfway between a millimeter. And so you can only go out 4 decimal places. If you go further, let's just say that you go to 6 decimal places, now you're talking about microns. We are not measuring on the micron level in this experiment. So in effect, yeah, you would be lying, I would say that, or you are not aware of what you're doing. And you don't want to look funny when presenting information like this. Okay? So we're going to take this information and we're going to do the same thing that we did before, and we're going to interpolate it. So let's go back to the beginning. You know what? What I'll do is I'll just stop right there and I'll make another video, or in the next video we're going to interpolate between 20 and 30. How about that?